compliments. I've been coming after the bread, just like the condiments. It's Merkules.
Ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Barracuda up in here.
Oh, yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rex up in here. Saber-toothed tiger.
Eating up everything.
Up in here. Tracy G, we got a cannibal sitting next to you.
I know. I should probably be careful.
Be careful. He ate up so many MCs in that one verse. So many MCs he went after. From Lil Xan to Smoke Perp to Pump. Perp's been up here, Merkules. That's my homie, man. Leave him alone, man. That is my homie.
Today?
No,
Not today, but
been up
in
here
general. He
before.
sat in that
I was
seat.
like, damn, I might have caught him in the lobby.
Really cool guy, man. Real cool guy. Don't do that, man. You can't be mad at everybody.
No,
Did any of those people? By the way, Merkules is here. New album, Special Occasions, is out now.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I'm blessed to be back up here.
VC Stand Up, Vancouver.
100%.
Oh,
Sorry,
Ryan Reynolds home.
Home of Ryan Reynolds.
Facts. Yeah, true,
Right?
actually. Yeah.
That's a winner? Yeah.
Home of Merkules, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here.
Did Yachty, anybody get at you after that verse?
No, not really. I mean, there was some shade online, like I feel like in comments and them liking certain things when people were throwing shade towards me. But as far as actually addressing it, nobody really came for me, no.
Wait, you mean people actually threw shade and those artists commented on the shade?
No. I mean, if like somebody was commenting, talking shit on my post, saying like, "Yo, that was trash" or something. Like one or two of those guys would like the comment kind of thing. I can't even remember who it was, but it was never them actually addressing it straightforward. But the thing is like when I did that, I wasn't even necessarily. I mean, obviously I was coming for him, but when it comes to that new age rap stuff, like I don't want to come off as like one of those heads that's just like, oh, I hate all that shit, because I don't. I actually appreciate some of it, and there's some of it that I do listen to, but I just feel like in my lane, man, and a lot of these guys claiming that they're the best out and all this shit, I just felt like I had to eat somebody's food and prove my point.
Yeah, it is.
What's some of it that you listen to?
A lot of it, actually. I mean, right now I'm like listening to a lot of like Roddy Rich.
Well,
like
I don't consider Roddy Rich the same as.
No, for sure. But I just mean that new sound, that new vibe,
sound?
like the melodic type thing. I mean, even some of Smoke Perp has a couple joints that I listen to too. But I still had to go for his head, though. You know what I mean? It's just for fun. Yeah, it's for the sport.
Smoke Perp wasn't even bothering nobody. He was just flying away. You know.
Listen, that's how you kept on your toes. It's okay.
No, 100%. But like I said, I feel like that's the game needs that. You know
Roddy Rich is different though. That dude is a truth. He got truth.
Oh no, he's super fire. But I just mean like of that new age. I mean, as far as the quote unquote mumble rap, which I would definitely not call Roddy Rich. I'm just saying he's like somebody that I do listen to that's new out right now.
Is that phase moving on? The whole mumble rap?
I don't even really like classifying anything as mumble rap.
I think the term.
Because
that was also synonymous with like SoundCloud rappers.
Okay.
Like the term clout chaser will probably be out of here by next year too. And there'll be something new.
Yeah, but they'll still be doing it.
Oh no, 100%, 100% for sure.
You know, Merkules got a song called "The Code" on his album. And I think on it you said the confessional booth was the mic booth. I can't remember. I tried to memorize all the lyrics. But
it's all good.
The mic booth is now like the confessional booth.
I said, it's like the confessional booth when you start telling the truth. I was basically just going at all the rats in the world, man. There's a strict code that I live by. I mean, I'm not really a street dude, but I do live by the code of just keeping your mouth shut and keeping it moving. You know what I mean? I do feel bad though, because on that second verse, I had this whole verse about a imaginary character named Tim, who was there for the snitch in that song. And so I just want to hereby apologize on Sway in the Morning to anybody in the world named Tim. I didn't mean to do you dirty like that.
That's a lot of Tims that's protested this song right now, man.
Oh, you should see it. I've actually got a couple messages from people being like, man, like, I love that record till that second verse came on.
Because the name was Tim.
Yeah, I apologize to
Tims,
all the Tims.
Timothy's,
right.
they're all offended by the shit you're saying.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, you're apologizing with laughter on your face. It's interesting how you do that.
Innocent bystanders.
Yeah, right? Seems so genuine with the apology Merkules does.
Well, it actually sucks because one of my producers, his name's Mason Rex. That's his producer handle, but his name's actually Tim too. And after I wrote the thing, I was like, oh,
damn.
Man.
Yeah. What was the reason you wrote that song? Does code still exist? People do snitch. Guys do date other men, women. You know.
I mean, I think it does exist in certain areas, but I do think that it's 2019 and having an opinion is almost just like a crime now for some people because everything's going so soft so fast. But I mean, like I said, just me personally, as the way I move, I still live by a strict code. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And should it still exist? Like, are we better off because of it?
I mean, it depends. As far as the snitching thing goes, I mean, like, if you are just a regular-ass person that goes about your business and you don't claim to be on some street shit or don't move around anybody in the street and you go and if something happens and you call the police, that's one thing. But if you're out there claiming something and you're out there acting and moving a certain way, and then, you know what I mean, that's what I classify as snitching personally. But if you're just a regular citizen and you don't play any tough guy shit or whatever, then that's different to me. That's just like, you're just you know what I mean?
Let's go back to the code thing. Is it breaking code? Let's just say, can you date somebody you knew ex after a year or two?
Oh, that type of code.
Yeah, man, there's so many.
You know, like a year passed by, they've been broken up.
Okay, you went into bro code.
Okay, 2 years. 2 years passed by.
I mean, there's so many different things that come into play when it comes to that, though. You know what I mean? It depends on what the situation was, why they broke up, how close you are with that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I mean, as far as
it can't just be like, I will never date your ex.
I mean, no, that should be like the bro code, if you want to call it that.
Man, that's selfish.
But really?
Yes.
It depends on the situation, man. It's different for every relationship, I feel like.
But so is it different for men than why? How is that selfish?
Because you're done. You're not using something. So why are you still claiming occupancy?
I'm gonna say this. If you have a child with that person, like if that's your baby mom, and your homie's trying to like holler, that I find is like definitely crossing the line. For sure.
Cross the line, okay.
But as far as just a straight up standard relationship goes, there's so many things that come into play, and every situation's different. So I can't speak on that. But.
Okay, all right. We'll talk about your jury coming up. But go ahead, D.
I have sort of a way off topic question, but you put out an album called Canadian Bacon, and
oh wow, throwback,
and I'm a huge John Candy fan, and I just wanted to know where you got that title from. Was it because his last movie was Canadian Bacon, which came out after his death, and was John Candy like somebody that you really looked up to or was inspired by?
I mean, I to be honest, man, it had nothing to do with the John Candy thing. What happened was back in the day, like in the peak of me being younger and just starting up, like I was a really big dude, like I was like 400-something pounds, and I had this stupid ass slogan called "Bacon over bitches," and it was like this dumb thing that I ran with at the beginning. You know how everybody does some wild corny shit at the beginning of their career, right? So that was one of the corny things I did. So then Canadian Bacon, being that I'm Canadian, and then the whole bacon thing that was already coming into play, that's why I called it that. And then I had another project called Bacon Bits, and then I was like, okay, that shit's trash. I'm gonna like move away from that. And then
got off that pork, huh, kid?
My first rap name was Merk Mikes. Like, how terrible is that?
Merk Mikes.
And I spelled it with a K and a Z instead of a C and an S.
Oh
like,
no!
I'm almost mad at my friends for not sitting me down and being like, man, you should have second thought.
It sounded good initially though. Merk Mikes. Oh, I'm about to kill the Mikes.
I'm like writing it on my binder in school and shit. You know what I mean? Thought it was so hard, but no, that's how that came about. But no, John Candy was the man.
Because he's also Canadian. That's why. I just
totally. And I could see you putting that together for sure.
You dropped out of high school in the 10th grade?
Yes, I did. I actually, to be honest, it might have been the 9th.
The 9th grade?
But that multi just worked at the time, so I said 10. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, structurally, that shit just sounds better.
Right.
Okay, that's in the song
honest, man.
Brand New Day. When I was going over the lyrics, I didn't know you was a high school dropout. And so why did you drop out?
I just feel like, especially back then, like, I didn't enjoy going to school. It wasn't that I didn't think I was smart or that I didn't think I belonged there, but it was just more so the way that everything, like, I just didn't believe in the fact that every single person, all being different, came to school every day to learn the exact same way when we're all so different as people. You know what I mean? And that was always something I found strange. Not to mention, I was also a shithead teenager. I'm not going to sit here and jump around that, obviously, but yeah, I don't know, man. It was just like, it just felt like it wasn't for me. I know that sounds like a cop-out. I was terrible. Like, I would hide up in trees and my parents couldn't find me when I was skipping school and shit. Like the fuck? Like, really? they'd be ready to drive me to school when I was a kid, and I would literally book it out the back door, climb up to the top of a tree, and I wouldn't get down until they had to go to work, and then I didn't have to go to school.
So
that was the worst.
If you could design a school, like thinking about the way...
Wait, hold up, Tracy. Don't just let him go with that. You were a horrible kid, man.
Oh, I was terrible.
That's horrible.
But that's the cool thing now, because the fact that my career's working out for me and everything's going so well, now I can give back to my parents and be like, yo, sorry I was such a dickhead.
There you go.
Better kid. Better adult.
By the way, it's my dad's birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad. I love
your dad.
Sagittarius.
Buy him something.
Yes. If you could design your own school, going off of how you best learn, how would you structure it?
I just feel like every kid going into school should be assessed differently. I mean, like I don't know how that would work necessarily. I mean, if we're being real, I just make words rhyme. That's my job. But if it was for me to start a school, I mean, I would just feel like every kid should be interviewed a certain way. Maybe tests should be done, and you can find out what kind of person that actual kid is himself, and then like teach that child accordingly. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just, and things are still changing a lot now in the school system. Like I know now, for example, like most kids have to have a computer in school. They're not allowed to write something down if they want to. It all has to be on computer in some schools, in some places, and stuff like that. And I feel like that's just kind of taken away from it all. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Just certain little things like that.
Well, that's insensitive too. Like not every kid's gonna be able to afford a computer.
That's what I was gonna
That's
say.
some privilege shit, right there.
Unless the school's supplying that shit.
Yeah.
Like, excuse my French, but fuck out of here if they can't afford it.
That's true.
Is that French? All right, go ahead, Tracy. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fuck out the field.
I've been speaking French all this time. Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I agree with y'all.
French Canadian.
And then the kid grows up, and then we make negative commentary about their screen addictions. And we wonder where it started.
Exactly.
Yeah, it started in school. It was a
100%.
mandate to be addicted to these screens.
It's very ironic for sure.
Right?
One of the songs you have in my heart, and I was trying to figure out who you were talking to. Initially, I thought you were talking to alcohol, but I'm not sure.
Right. You're right.
I'm right?
100%. So what happened was when I made that record.
Damn, I'm good. Because you say this line, you helped me at my worst, but left me in the darkness.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's not until the third verse that I admit that I'm actually talking about alcohol.
Okay.
And I've always had a struggle with that, especially being on the road. Like as far as being social, doing the meet and greets, doing the shows, I've always used that kind of as a crutch just to be able to get up there. And it's become a problem because I'm on tour so much now. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm on tour most of the year than I am home. Like you were saying earlier with the house, I haven't even really had a chance to go there and kick it yet because I'm on the road so much. And when I'm on the road, I drink a lot. But yeah, for a lot of people hit me and were like, yo, man, I hope you and Carissa are good. My wife who's in the building, they're like, I hope you guys are good. I'm like, this song isn't actually about her. I'm like, it's if you wait and you listen to the third verse, I'm actually talking about alcohol. But no, it's definitely a deep one for me. Writing that song was hard. I'm not going to lie. I haven't even performed it yet because I feel like it might be one of those ones that is going to be hard to break the ice with on stage. But it's definitely one of my personal favorites off the album for sure.
You ain't got to rush when we talk too, by the way, man.
I know, I'm talking in double time right now.
Like triple up right there.
I'm twist up here.
Sold to the American.
Oh, my God. I'm up here on my auctioneer shit right now.
Yeah.
I still got that
going on, right?
I still got that sway anxiety, man. It's only my second time.
Relax, dog. You good. You kicked the night. You kicked the fire first.
All right.
I got 1 million views on that shit or something crazy.
2.5.
Oh, my bad.
Get it right.
Get in. That ain't even the ones we ain't counting. The reason why I thought that song was interesting or necessary is because I think in this opioid age, other vices and addictions that people are not really talking about anymore, and we all have some kind of symptoms when it comes to alcoholism.
Totally.
Especially in hip hop.
Yeah.
We go to these clubs, all they do is they trying to sell you all of this alcohol. You party before the performance, you party after the performance. Alcohol is included in everything. Like social construct that we come
100%.
up with, right? So to perform this song, you're going to perform in front of a lot of young potential alcoholics that need to hear this story.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, right?
And I say during my show, too, when I'm on tour, I say on stage, listen, if you're at my show right now, you probably heard one of my songs, and I'm pretty honest in my records when it comes to a substance abuse and addiction. And for the most part, like when I'm doing the meet and greets, I hear these stories from people saying like, yo, you helped me through this. Like I tried to kill myself and then I heard this song and I never thought about it again. And this song helped save my life. And I'm just like, little old me did that for you. Like that's, it's a blessing. It's almost like, because when I make the records, I'm doing it because it's self-therapeutic to myself. Right. And then when I give it to the world and it helps everybody else, it's like a superpower for me, low-key. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's really cool to be able to experience that. But I tell people all the time that just because I'm honest about it doesn't mean that I personally have it figured out, because I don't. You know what I mean? And that's a common misconception. People are always like, oh, well, if he talks about this so openly and he's so honest about it, then he just must have it all figured out. I'm getting questions about anxiety advice every day when I'm in the middle of a panic attack. It's like, I don't know how to answer that for you. I'm just somebody that has a voice and wants to use it to let you know you're not alone. You know what I mean? So
that's amazing. You stopped sweating even in the middle of this conversation once you relaxed. Was you know?
You gave us some essential oils.
Yeah, I got the essential oils on deck. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Does your wife drink with you? Y'all take shots together? No?
And that's the interesting part about it is she literally does not drink at all. So I don't know how she puts up with me.
Damn.
But
shit,
I mean,
it ain't easy, dog.
100%.
We all feel our pain.
And she's for sure. I think when it comes to my drinking, everybody on this tour feels her pain for sure.
All right, I want to play "In My Heart" and then open up. I know you wasn't expecting me to play that, but
I definitely was not.
No, okay, that's what I.
Out of all the records, I didn't think that would be
that's
the one.
the one I wanted to go to. I connected to that one for
Thank
you.
you, Sway. That
all
means a
right,
lot.
888-742-3345. Here's Merkules Listen to the lyrics. Listen to the music. Be honest with yourselves. Shay 45, brand new song, In My Heart, off the Special Occasion album by Merkules. VC's finest, Vancouver, stand up.
All day.
A lot of people on the line right now. TJ is in Maryland. What's going on, TJ?
TJ.
Hey, what's good, Sway?
What up, man?
What up, homie? How you doing?
No, Killers, what's good, man? Hey, listen, man, you probably one of the realest motherfuckers left, man. Still bringing back real rap, man. And I appreciate you, man. Especially one of your old shit. That shit you did with Stevie, what's it called, Gone Die?
Oh, yeah, Gone Die.
Man, you and Stevie killed that shit, man.
Thank you so
You
much,
helped
man.
me
It
out
means
with
the
some of
world.
my personal anxiety, man. Seriously, man. We fuck with you down here in Maryland. I appreciate you.
I got to apologize to you first off because I haven't been there yet on tour, so I definitely got to come through there next. But in the meantime, thank you for listening, man. It means a lot. And like I said, I do it to help myself, and if it helps you, then that's just a blessing in itself right there. So I appreciate you, man.
Hey, TJ, you one of us. You're a citizen, man.
Sway in the morning.
All right, get the new album, Special Occasion. That's how he's going to pay for that new mansion outside the city. Emil is in... I can't think of what song. It might have been Brand New Day. Emil from Jersey City is on the line.
Hey, Emil.
Emil, good morning.
Hey, how's it going, Sway? Man, I've been listening to you since the FM radio days, man.
Oh, snap, man. Yeah, man. We go back, Emil, you and I.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Merk, man, been listening to you since way back on YouTube days, man. Jersey's got you, man. You got bars for days.
Mm-hmm.
Love your stuff, man. Scars really hit me.
Oh, wow, that's a throwback,
that track
too, man.
right there, man, that y'all just played, man, that's some real shit, man. But
Thank you, man.
on point with the school stuff, man, I actually went to a school where they actually tested you for all your learning disabilities and how you learn and stuff. But I think it really comes down to also just the environment that, like, the schools and stuff have just been pushing. Like, I mean, like, everybody just throwing college down your throat. But, like, some of us that's just not us, you know?
100%, man. If you do what you love, you'll find your way. And I didn't even know that there was a school like that existed. So I guess you learn something new every day. I'm happy to hear that, actually.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Like I said, I didn't think I'd be able to drop out and then be here now, but I am, with the thanks to everybody like you listening. So
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
dude went from hiding in trees to not go to school. You know what I mean?
Just call me Murky
Man,
Trees,
I
man.
did the same thing, man. I used to run out the back door. I used to hide in some bushes, wait till my mom would leave, and be like, all right, bet. My school had to reinstate truant officers for that shit.
Damn, Emil. Shit,
Yo.
you come a long way, man. Shit. Make sure
Man, I went back to school, and now I got 2 trades under my belt, and actually I'm outside. Supposed to be back at work right now, but
Congratulations,
yeah.
man. That's amazing. I'm happy
Man,
to hear
thanks
that.
for calling in, bro. You're a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
Blake is in Illinois. Good morning, Blake.
Hey, Blake.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Doing
What's
well.
up?
Merkules is here, man. What you want to say to him?
Hey, Merk, man, I just want to say songs like that right there inspired me to not only along with my wife and my children, but songs like that from different artists inspired me to get sober and stay sober. I've been sober 7 years this month from heroin and crack cocaine.
Hey,
man.
man.
Congratulations, man.
Glad we got you here, Blake. That's what's up.
It's truly, man, you're a true lyricist, you're a true MC, and what you speak from the heart speaks to many, many people out there that are hurting that need to hear that message. And it may be that message that gets them to a meeting or just gets them sober in whatever way possible. You know, so I appreciate you. I love the way you speak through your music, and I just want to say thank you for that.
Hey, man, thank you so much. I can't even tell you how much that means to me. And sometimes I feel like a hypocrite low key, because, like I said, I'm still trying to find peace with my addiction to alcohol. But to hear that I could help you in any way, and it's been 7 years, man, like that's a blessing, 100%. And you said you're in Illinois, so if you're anywhere near Chicago, man, hit me on Instagram after this, and I'll get you put on the guest list for the show so I can shake your hand in person, man.
Beautiful.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'm a couple hours from there. I got you. Appreciate it.
100%.
Now, you
man.
know
Love.
everybody in Chicago about to hit you up now.
Oh, I know.
All
What did
right.
he say his name was?
Take
What was
care,
your name
guys.
again, bro?
No, never mind. No,
Stop, Sway.
anybody from Chicago, hit him up. His name is Blake.
Oh, Blake, okay.
all right. Blake, you're a citizen, man. Hey,
Sway.
Blake,
Thanks.
you're a source of inspiration, too.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
Keep
don't
that
forget
in
it, man.
Thank
100%.
Absolutely. Your sober journey, and I know it's not easy, but I want you to know it's appreciated, and you just help somebody else who's going through the same thing
Just by
by
hearing that,
Absolutely.
100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, brother. You all
You
right
guys
with
stay
me?
blessed.
You
Stay
too,
blessed,
man. You a
man.
citizen, Blake.
Sway in the
Oh,
morning.
no, Blake Carrington calling in. I like that. Mark said Sway in the morning, baby. He up on it. One last
Let's
call.
go.
Jack in Minnesota. What would you like to say?
Jack.
Yo, I just want to say that I fuck with Merkules heavy, and the on top track with Jelly and Ritz was that was my shit, man. Those are my two
Thank you,
favorite
man.
artists. So
Jelly Roll and Ritz are
Dope.
family to me, man. I actually just met
Yeah,
Jelly Roll
man.
for the first time on tour during this tour, so it was cool because we made all these records
Yeah.
online and hadn't met in person yet. So
I've seen that on Instagram, and yeah, man, it's just dope to see someone who's actually like, lyrically capable, still making it in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Hey, don't they kind of do you think they favor at all? Should they start a group? You think?
I swear, man. I swear that'd be dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I saw a picture of the three of y'all together somewhere.
I actually haven't met Ritz yet. I
You
just
haven't
met Jelly.
Ritz? Okay,
Yeah.
so didn't I just see a picture of you and Jelly together?
It was me and Jelly Roll, yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
okay.
Shout out to Jelly Roll as well, man. That's
Yeah.
my big brother right there.
And
He's
you
giving me a
never
lot
met-
of game.
Really? You never met Ritz?
Nah, me and Ritz just talked online, man, and then I sent him the record. He liked it, and he just dialed the verse in, sent it back. He absolutely killed it, man. I think he might have had the best verse on the record, to be honest. But nah, he's a great dude, and I can't wait to link up with him in person. But I just feel like when it comes to Jelly Roll and Ritz and a lot of other artists, we're kind of all in like a certain lane right now. That's like nobody else really is a part of. So
Yeah.
I think it's really important, like you were saying, for me to work with the Jelly Rolls and the Ritzes in the world and the Chris Webbies and to name another one, and just all those cats, because we're in a certain lane that nobody else has really tapped into. And also, I grew up listening to guys like Jelly Roll and Ritz before I really had a name for myself, so it's an honor to be able to work with them and call them friends now. So
And when you mention Ritz and folks like that, Tech-9, you work with Tech-9
that is my-
and Hopsin on this album as
Yes,
well, right?
Yes. Tech has always been an OG to me. I've been opening for Tech for years now, and he's one of those guys that has always given me game when I needed it. And he comes to Canada a lot, so I would open for him then, and we'd always have conversations. But I was really blessed to have him on this project. He was on the last album as well. But yeah, so I had the record ready. I didn't even have Hopsin or Tech in mind at the time, but I did the record, and then I got writer's block, and I had this empty space, and I was like, man, you know what? Tech would sound so crazy on this. So we got Tech on the record. He sent it back right away, and then Hop was literally retired and then came out of retirement to do the verse for me, which was an honor
And
too.
the song is called
Bass.
Bass. That's the song he says, I got a mansion with my...
Just got a crib at the pool, but I still live in the booth.
Yeah, there you go.
Made it out the hood, now these motherfuckers act like I didn't work for it. I've been doing good surf on my
Sway in the morning. Bass. Shay 45. Tech-9 and Hopsin. Merkules. Bass.
Dope.
Shitting bricks tonight before I'm rapping with Tech-9 or Hopsin. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
Bubble guts?
I'm whack. I don't know if it's good enough. I'm doubting myself.
Back to those panic attacks.
I'm rewriting lyrics.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
Merkules.
I think we can let Merkules drink before a night of rhyming with like tech.
Yeah. I need that for sure.
But you what does it mean for you to be able, like I remember growing up running track, and we had a track club called 1980 because that was the year the Olympics were in, and we aspired to be in the next Olympics. And at that time, the Carl Lewises, the Ben Johnsons, Edwin Moses, these are different track athletes that were superheroes to us. And then as we got older, I remember getting up into college age. I ran track for a year in college. I have to repeat the same story over and over for the past 8 years because nobody in the room believes I ran track. And my cousin Chuck, who grew up with us, went to UCLA. And Chuck ended up doing an invitational track meet and jumped against Carl Lewis.
Oh wow!
And we
Not
were
many
like,
people can say that.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, that's like growing up watching the NBA and all of a sudden you're playing against Michael Jordan.
Yeah, no,
or
exactly.
in this day and age,
100%.
LeBron James.
Yeah,
Or
no, for
being
sure.
that you know, Toronto, I don't know.
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
No, I said Toronto,
I mean, Kawhi left
not
us, but-
L.A. I said Toronto, not L.A.
No,
but
no,
anyway,
he was Toronto, remember? Because he's the one that took it home for us.
yeah, and I was a track athlete. Yeah, remember?
Wow.
All right, that was years ago.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Come on, he's holding on to the past. What was it? That would be the equivalent of rhyming with
Yeah,
a
totally.
Tech-9, right?
Oh, no, definitely, for sure, man. Like I was saying, that's actually part of the reason why I called the album Special Occasion, was because I had so many features on there with artists that I grew up listening to. So for me, personally, as Merkules, as Cole, for myself, it was a special occasion to be in a position now to reach out to people I grew up listening to and make records with them, which is a big reason why I titled the album that. So,
Special occasion.
Yeah.
You made a song with DMX
Yeah.
Who
X is on the record, man.
wants what?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy one for sure.
Did he come in the studio?
No, what happened actually is I did a record with Obi Trice a while ago on a Dame Grease record. And my homie we were in Europe.
Vacant Lot. Shout out to Dame Grease.
Yeah, 100%.
Go ahead.
And then my homie was on Skype with Dame Grease, and he said he was in the studio with X, and then he was like, I was like, oh, really? I was like, what would it take to get a record? He's like, let me holler at him. I'll figure it out type thing. And then Dame sent me a beat, asked me if I liked it. I loved it. He got X to drop a verse on it, sent it to me, and then we made it happen that way. And it was crazy because it was actually a few days before he went to prison, before X went to prison. I mean, obviously he's out now and he's doing his thing. He's in rehab right now. I hope that he finds peace as well. But no, so it was crazy, man. And it's one of those things where I'm still flicking myself every morning, being like, do I really have DMX on my record right now? But shout out to Dame Grease for making that happen, and Joe Young also was the person that helped make that happen. So
Paul Wall. I was with Paul Wall this weekend at a Toby and Wigwee concert out of Houston, and he performed, and we were the first to put Toby on the radio station, so we always check in.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure.
And I saw Paul Wall did a song with him, and I saw him this weekend. He's on the album. Young Buck is on the album. Uncle Murder.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Murder.
Uncle Murder.
I heard you guys playing him on my way in actually when we were listening.
Oh, that's
shout out to Murder.
Can you let him know you heard us playing him?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. I don't know if Murder knows.
Stay on his good side.
Yeah. I don't know if he knows he be playing him.
Don't want to be in that end of the year round.
Yeah, no, exactly. You don't want to end up in there. Nobody does.
You ready, man?
What's that?
You ready?
You're not about to make me rap up here right now.
Well, you weren't ready?
I don't got no bars for you right now, man. Come on, Sway. You're trolling me right now, man. I hope.
You got no.
I can't do it, man. I got to
Drop a beat on him, Mo. Drop a beat on him.
No.
Oh, no.
I can't do it, man. You got to understand, if I'm coming up here, it has to be special for you, man. I want to make sure. It has to be a special occasion. But I'm going to come back after this tour, and I'm going to body that 5 Fingers of Death, I can promise you that.
All right, damn it, shit.
Now I'm in trouble with the fans.
Nah, I just got to go through the motions, kids.
Right.
Had to try.
I ain't trying to get in trouble with the fans.
Part of the process.
I was waiting for LL Cool J to tell me not to be whack like before. Yeah.
Yeah, remember LL came in? I think we just got the drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit almost put me in cardiac arrest. I'm not
when
gonna
you
lie.
heard LL's voice, and we just had him on the show, too. You heard LL.
I was checking my pulse and
listen
shit.
up, Merkules. Here's how we going to run it down.
Yo, what's going on? It's your man LL Cool J in the building, and it's now time for
Having
the Friday
PTSD
Fire
right now.
Cipher. Hyenas. It's your time to shine, baby. It's your time to deliver bars.
Talk
no,
to
you can't rhyme a cappella. No, you can't change the beat. And no, you can't request the beat.
What we want?
just want bars. It's the Friday Fire Cipher on Sway in the Morning.
Drop that beat on him, Mo.
Stop killing me, man.
No.
Stop it, man.
That wasn't
I
enough.
can't, man. I can't do it, man. I want it to be special for you, man. I'm not trying to come up here and throw some garbage out here.
Hit him with the cipher intro, maybe that.
Oh, wow.
You're killing me right now, man.
Don't be triggering our guy,
Merkules is here.
We're going to find a way.
Vancouver's hottest MC.
But I am coming back to do the 5 Fingers, I promise
right,
you, and I
cool.
will catch a body for sure.
Okay, cool.
Play the intro.
Let's see what happens.
Maybe like one finger.
The hungriest MCs.
The hungriest MC.
You are the worst, man.
The hottest producers.
The hottest producers. They all here, man.
It's time for our Friday Fire Cipher.
It ain't even Friday, kid.
You're an asshole for this.
On Sway in the Morning.
I'm throwing everything. He got that mansion outside the city. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, real up. Okay. So next time we do this, we're gonna remember this day, and we're gonna take a recording of that intro, so I don't have to do this shit over next time you come.
Yeah, there you go.
And then we'll play me doing it to this day, and to him, to Merk rapping next time he comes. It's all good.
I'm just gonna diss myself the whole time when I do 5 Fingers.
No, let me say this. I know you weren't gonna. I'm messing with him. I appreciate it needs to be a special occasion when you come up here.
I just don't want to come up here and give you no bullshit. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that. Give me quality. You
100%.
give everybody else the bullshit.
We don't want to have to delete the video later.
Give me the
Hey,
quality.
man, can you edit that for me before it drops?
But plus,
The 2 minutes and 13 seconds, I didn't like that part.
I like that part. So, but your conversation in your conversations, you drop bars today. So we appreciate your transparency.
100%, man. I appreciate you having me up here, and also shout out to Muggs for making this happen, man. OG Muggs in the building.
Yeah, Muggs all right with me, man. That's my brother, man. We hobnob on him. He's one of the only grown men I know I'll sit on the phone for an hour or more with.
Good dude.
That doesn't happen, bro. Once you 40, you ain't sitting on the phone for a fucking 40 minutes. Oh, hell no.
I'm almost 30 and I'm tripping about that.
Yeah. Too much. And ain't that much time left in life. You ain't trying to spend it on the phone. I can tell you that. 100%. Congratulations. Special Occasion is a great project.
Thank you.
Wonderful journey.
Thank you.
Keep growing.
100%. We're only getting started, man. I can't wait.
Stay true to who you are. Lyrics work. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. Keep challenging yourself as an MC. So when people get on tracks, exactly. So you want Tech-9 to feel like I'm about to jump on this track with Merk. Hold up, man. Stop.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris, get out my ear for a second, you know.
Hey, shout out to Chris, too. That's my guy.
Yeah, you know.
We just saw him in KC. He came out to the show.
Exactly. So you want them dudes to be, you know, you want them to be nervous about jumping on tracks with you.
100%.
And that's what you're doing. Merkules, ladies and gentlemen. How can people reach you?
Hey, man, on Instagram, it's @Merkules. On Facebook, it's /Merkules Music. And on YouTube, you can just type in Merkules and find me on there. Spotify, the same thing. Sway, thank you for having me. Tracy, thank you for having me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys.
We got a show tonight at the Knitting Factory.
We got a show tonight in Brooklyn at the Knitting Factory. Please pull up. Yeah, it's my first time ever really performing in Brooklyn, so I'm super excited for that. And
are you the headliner?
I'm the headliner now, Sway. Last year I was opening for PMD, but now it's me.
He got the mansion outside the city. He got the girl, the queen.
The first lady, we call her.
The first lady. And he's headlining, damn it. Shit, Muggs, what we doing wrong? And he lives in Vancouver. You know how amazing that place is? That's such a beautiful place. I could eat off the ground in Vancouver.
Oh, chill. Well,
unless you're in Hastings.
Okay, that's a good point. Good point. Thank you, Merkules, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And the show is all ages tonight, by the way.
All ages?
Yeah.
All ages?
Yeah.
We throwing babies in the crowd tonight. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Fly, young one.
All right. It's a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen.